Don't bring Kool-Aid to a grown-man's party!
It's Final Four weekend, Detroit, Michigan.
Not backing away from my prediction. We are going to win the national championship, and I'll tell you one thing else. This guy is dressed like a national championship.
I feel good about it. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
The tie, check that out. Roy, take a few cues from that. Cufflinks.
Cufflinks. Thanks, Mom. It's a nice Christmas gift. UNC cufflinks.
Championship.
Get a lot of compliments on these.
And don't let our cockiness come across as, overconfidence. We're not expecting this to be a blowout. We just know that we're going to win. So we are being cocky about it a little bit. Big deal.
Yeah.
What's wrong with feeling good?
So what? We're in the Final Four 2 years in a row. We've won the ACC regular season 2 years in a row.
We have 2 AP All-Americans. We have Final Four experience. We know what not to do this year. Why shouldn't we feel good?
Yeah. I feel great. There was some concern last year during the Final Four. We won't get too in-depth. Maybe we should have called a timeout to stop the bleeding.
Well, we didn't. However, we have noticed in the last 3 games in this tournament, very timely timeouts taken by our head coach, effective at stopping runs, effective in changing the course of the game.
Lesson learned. Maybe there's some moments during the big game, or maybe there's some situations where a timeout would have benefited you. We'd like to go over a few of those. Let's say you're having the big group over to watch the Final Four. You have to make a Chick-fil-A run.
That sounds good.
Yes, it does. To get the party tray of nuggets. You get that party tray of nuggets going through the drive-thru, but you realize
the tray's a little bit light. There's no dipping sauce. Do you leave?
No.
Time out.
You go back and you get that dipping sauce because nobody likes a dry nugget during the Final Four.
Hey, come here.
All right, maybe one guy does. But
yeah,
most people don't. Make sure you get the barbecue sauce. Make sure you get the honey mustard.
Maybe you've got somebody there who likes something a little sweet and tangy, maybe some Polynesian. But don't leave there without something to moisten up those nuggets. Situation number 2. Let's say you're out at the bars watching the big game.
Rebel rousing.
Having a few drinks.
You notice that your buddy's had a few too many cocktails during the course of the game, and he's about to make a big mistake on his choice for nightmate.
What do? Do you let him go home with that hog bear?
No, you do not. You better not if you're a good friend.
No, you shouldn't. You
call a timeout.
Bingo. You go over, you run some interference, you let him know, hey, there's another night for this sort of mistake.
Or, hey, shots.
Right.
Either way, timeout needs to be called.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, and not the 30-second. Extend that.
No.
Another possible scenario, heading out to watch the championship game, and you realize, 1, you're not wearing your lucky boxers, or possibly 2, you're not wearing any boxers at all.
Nobody wants to see your dingle-dangle during the national championship game.
Especially with all that jumping up and down and cheering you're going to be doing.
What do?
Timeout.
You go home, you get those lucky boxers, because I'm sure most of you are superstitious. You have to stick with what works.
Think about these things during the course of the Final Four weekend. They're going to come in handy. Don't blow the big game.
And if you're confronted with a tricky situation, think first and call timeout.
Well, folks, we're heading up to Detroit. We have more than just cheering to take care of. The Real Hills Report has been commissioned to design a future concept car for the Big Three as part of their bailout package. They want to design for our national championship commemorative car.
How much does this fine automobile cost, you might ask?
It's going to be a lot.
Yeah. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. For our last Coach's Corner segment of the year, if you are still interested and you want to see the artist rendering of this fine concept car, check out our Ford Victory.
You know, this show has had some really popular guests. We've had Tom Selleck. We've had Nick Nolte. Who else have we had on the show?
That's about it.
But none more popular than our Keys to the Game with Jed Drake.
Well, it's good to be back with you for the Keys to the Game for the Final Four. have good guard play. But if we stay in their face, I think we can frustrate them, cause some turnovers early, and get them out of their game. That's all I've got. The Final Four. Go Heels.
Villanova, the late game on Saturday.
Yes, it's always hard to watch that first game knowing that the big one is really number 2. But when all said and done, we're going to be in the Final 2, the big game, Monday night, late night. We will be getting out early amongst the people. We're going to be bringing you the footage of the pregame, the game, the postgame, the in-game.
The revelry, the madness, the championship celebration.
And while there is plenty to celebrate, also keep in mind during these last couple games, this is going to be your last chance to see some of these guys, this team, play. Enjoy it, appreciate it. This is personally, it's been my favorite Carolina basketball team of all time.
It easily has been. Even though we'll be celebrating national championship Monday night, there'll be a little bit of sadness knowing that we witnessed our last Tyler Hansbrough.
3!